All right, so the last song that we got on the list for this evening is going to be Same Old Energy by Kiki Rockwell. And I am not familiar with Kiki, but I got a lot of love on my Paris Paloma video, and a lot of people pointed me in the direction to go check out Kiki Rockwell next. So they told me that there was like a 2-part little series that she kind of had kind of like tying together, and they said to start with Same Old Energy, so that's what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and check out and see what she has got to offer.
Mass hysteria and false accusation. How strange domination, got no explanation. This fear plays the nation. Your whole congregation say they should be caging this woman or Satan. Yes, there's masturbation, some ego inflation, but really it's shadows just congregating. So act on temptation and live by sensation. This is the reason you came to creation. Rise up, oh flame, come join the game. You started a frenzy, but we'll take the blame. Prepare just the tame, goes by no name. Their arsenal's empty, all they got is shame. Same old energy, baby. History repeats. Same old energy, baby. They'll march you through the streets.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like we are here again. We're here back on the same steps, and we're here talking about the same story that we keep talking about. And that's okay. I'm glad that we're here talking about it again. There was once upon a time where somebody had said, like, I don't see as much of this stuff in where I'm at, Johnny, as you seem to talk about this. And I had told that individual that I could really only speak for what was happening in the United States of America, because that's where I lived. And I could tell them that there is a huge problem still when it comes to just societal standards and the way that we treat women in general, even in America. You know what I mean? Like, they're allowed to vote now, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, there's a lot of things that have happened in the last 150 years for a lot of different groups of people, and especially women. But, there's been a lot of things that have happened, I don't know, even in the last couple of years that have set women backwards. So even though we've come so much far forward, we still are in the same position that we kind of are repeating ourselves in, which Miss Kiki Rockwell is over here basically telling us that we're just repeating that same old story, that same old energy. Here we are centuries again later, doing the same old let's burn the witch at the stake routine. That's what we're in, a constant state of find a way to blame and victimize the women. Oh man, they better get back in the kitchen. They better, the one thing that I love hearing right now is how men are trying to convince women that they're happier as mothers and happier at home. They don't want to be at the office. Who wants to be in an office? You're happier at home. Manipulation is a very, very powerful thing. And that is why I think a lot of women are upset when they think that a lot of guys think that it's not still an issue today. I mentioned on my channel a few times that we have come a long way in society in a lot of parts of the world for women's rights and equality for women. But again, we are still in a battle of a lot of people trying to go against that ideology. Some could argue that the recent election in the United States had a lot to do with the fact that one candidate was a female. And a lot of people felt strongly that they could not vote for a female president. Not to get political, but that was a perspective of some people. You know what I'm saying? And because that's even a perspective shows the difference. Because normally it's, I just can't stand that candidate. And now it's, I just can't stand that candidate. And also she's a woman. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of the same thing when Barack Obama was running for president. Was, I can't stand that candidate. And plus he's also a black guy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's another factor on top of it. Just looking at it from like the equality perspective of, I just don't like that candidate. Why is it I also don't like the woman? and the fact that she's a woman. Or I don't know if America's ready to have a woman president. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of the stuff that we heard about her just because she was a woman. That is the difference. That's why the work is not done. And that's why there's still songs coming out today, like Same Old Energy, talking about how we're just in a new day and age doing the same thing in different ways. It's the same thing, and just it looks different today. We're still trying to control and tell women who to be, what to do with their bodies, what they can and cannot do with their bodies, and we're trying to more or less force them into positions to be dependent on men. So if you could really think that the work is done for women's equality after everything I just said, then I don't know what we're talking about anymore. So you're probably not on my channel. You're probably not even listening to me. You probably zoomed out a long time ago if you think that the work is done here. So let's just keep listening to the song.
Same old energy, baby. They fear what they don't know. Same old energy, baby. You've burned this way before. It's your own damn fault, boy.
Can we also talk about the fact that like this beat is fucking stupid? It's stupid. It's hard. It's hard. What she did with this, whew, next level, man. It's super, super, super fire.
It's your own damn fault, boy. You handed us the broom 400 years ago, saying you know what to do. Yes, sir, we do. Beep, beep coming through. Close your damn mouth, my man. I told you we flew. She seeks, waits, legs bent 2 pounds. Schemes, laughs, rolls up an ounce. We were just trying to heal. Just trying to survive. A woman with magic is fine with him if the magic is between her thighs. Rise up, oh flame, come join the game. You started a frenzy, but we'll take the blame. They're just the same, goes by no name. Their arsenal's empty, all they got is shame.
See, now we're gonna give you the whole like little pagan ritual dances and whatnot. Like, if we would call us witches, we're gonna start acting like them. You know what I'm saying? I like that energy. I fuck with it. I love her shooting in the camera. Woo! She's badass, man. She is straight up badass. And I think I said it earlier, badassery there's a lot of it in this one.
Same old energy, baby. History repeats. Same old energy, baby. They'll march you through the streets. Same old energy, baby. They fear what they don't know. Same old energy, baby. You've burned this way before.
This beat is stupid, man. It's fire.
Oh, there we go, the fight, the man is stripping all the peace. They'll cuss you in the light, but cry your name between the sheets. A healing touch and naked breast, sage and skin of snake. No matter what the good you did, you'll wind up at the stage. She's the highway wreck, but you can't look away. Might haunt you for days, and yet your eyes stay. On her sweet flesh, right, her shoulder be sweet. On the burnt grass, everywhere she has been. Rise up, oh flame, come join the game. You started a frenzy, but we'll take the blame. They're just the same, who goes by no name. Their arsenal's empty, all they got is shame.
Oh boy. Yeah. Thank you again so much for suggesting this one, because this one is right up my alley, and this one is definitely in my bag for sure. This is, I think, going to be the one. It's the last song of the night, and we're going to do it. For some reason, the last songs of the nights have been the ones that have been slapping the most lately. So we're going to add this one to the playlist right now, just to show you how seriously I am about liking this one. In particular, Kiki Rockwell, Same Old Energy. Yeah, this one was, man, it was definitely, really hard to kind of put onto words what this one was making me feel, to be honest with you. I feel like I said a lot of it already, and I feel like I've said a lot of it in just a lot of the videos we talked about this stuff in general, where women would not be writing these songs, guys, if this was not still problems. They would not be writing such similar stories on different parts of the planet in different languages and all this different stuff if it was not still a problem. And again, I know there's a lot of guys out there that are not the kind of guys that we're talking about, but somebody had something a little while ago to me that really kind of stuck out with me where I feel like this is kind of like the applicable time to kind of use the same kind of ideology. It's not enough to just not be part of the problem. That you kind of have to be against the problem. So one of the things that I've always tried to be very supportive of, and I'm trying to be more supportive of in terms of the channel, is to be more or less that vocal, advocate to speak out against that kind of stuff. No matter how much backlash it gets me, I can still try to continue to be a positive supporting voice for the women in the world out there, because it's not enough for just women to talk about their problems. They also need guys to also recognize and also empathize and sympathize and try to come to the table to try to figure out what we can do to make things better. Because obviously what has been working for the last forever history is not working. So we still have work in progress to make. And I don't think it's good enough for us to just have our conversations over here and you have your conversations over there, and we're never going to meet in the middle to figure out how we can help each other. You know what I mean? Like, and that's where I kind of look at it is I don't need your help, ladies. You know what I mean? Like, I've already had the world given to me, if you will, as in being in the position that I've been in. You know what I mean? Where I understand what the idea of white privilege means. I understand that it doesn't make me upset when somebody refers to me as having that, especially in the country that I live in. You know what I mean? So I understand the nuance behind that. So it doesn't ever bother me. So being the person who was born with the privilege in America, I think that it's important for me to try to speak and use my voice to help uplift those other people who have been historically pushed down forever. That's it. That's it. That has always been the goal of the Johnny Foxtrot Show, is always to try to uplift those voices. Because I've been told my entire life to shut the fuck up because nobody wants to hear what I have to say, but now nobody can tell me to shut up. Now nobody can tell me to not stand up for people. Now nobody can tell me that I'm wrong about wanting kids to not be sexually abused and sexually taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that makes me a terrible person to try to stand up for people who are basically innocent in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't listen to them, so maybe you might listen to me. That's the way I look at it. And again, not you guys. You guys are very open-minded. You guys are very supportive, and I think a lot of you guys understand a lot of times where I'm coming from when I say a lot of this stuff. But it does bother me because one of the things that I hate more than anything in the world is segregation. I hate it. Fucking hate it. People have told me I was supposed to fit into a category my entire fucking life that I've never fit into. And so I understand how everybody else feels like I don't fit into that category. You know what I mean? I get it. I totally get it. And as I said, I'm the white guy who was not supposed to have all that. I wasn't supposed to face all those things, but I've been facing it my entire life. So you can't tell me that I don't know what it's like to be an outcast because I've been around it my whole life. I have been one myself. You know what I mean? All of my friends don't look anything like me. You know what I mean? I got my best friend in the whole fucking world. He's my brother. He's the one who looks the closest like me. Every other one of them don't look anything like me. And that's the way I like it, because I like people to tell me their stories. I want people to have a different world perspective on their world. And I've made a lot of friends that have had very similar perspectives to mine. Some people have asked me, like, Johnny, how the hell do you even hang out with some of these people when their perspectives are so much different than you? Because honestly, in America, man, and when it comes to our jobs, I wouldn't be able to hang out with anybody the way that I talk half the time. You know what I mean? I get labeled pretty quick, pretty fast for just caring about people and for caring that companies take care of their people and that companies don't abuse you and that companies don't do all those things to you. Because I was in the military, man. I didn't have a say. They told me to show up, be there. I was there. I gave my life to them. I didn't give my life to all these other companies. You don't get to use it the same way that I gave my life to the military. So I don't believe in that shit. So I've been on both sides of those fences, and I was the guy who had a very difficult time getting through the promotional pass of being a guy that stood up for the people, because nobody likes that. Nobody likes the guy that stands up and says, hey, maybe you guys are taking advantage of the team. This is really probably the wrong thing to do to these people. These people have lives and families. I don't think it's right for us to do this. Sit down and shut up, Johnny. That's how life goes. You know what I'm saying? Now we're getting into Ren conversations. Now we're getting into Ren videos. You know, now we're getting into Money Game. Money Game Part 3 is coming soon. Money Game Part 3 on the way. On the way.